So this is my little planter made out of the 25-litre containers. This one's got holes in the base, and it sits on another one the same sort of height as that. And that one's got a little fill grommet in it, so you can kind of fill it up with water. And then this one has just got a 25 or 21.5mm overflow pipe and an elbow that fits into that. But what I want to do, this one here, I've just got a PET bottle, and that's like a kind of funnel, and then that's connected to an elbow there that fills that reservoir, and then there's a capillary matting, so that wicks into the surrounding bed. So the idea is I don't really want these sitting in stagnant water, so I really want to kind of empty that water out every week, and I think it should be enough with the capillary matting under there as well. But underneath the top two containers, I've got a third container which is slightly taller. That one's got holes drilled all around the sides, and what I've done with that, I've taken out material from my bathtub wormery and made that as a little kind of ready to go sort of worm tower. But on this galvanized container, because it's quite large, I didn't want to fill it up completely with compost, so the bottom part of it I got kind of branches from an apple tree which has just started pruning over there. Laid those in the base. Some old wooden trays that I made just out of pine, sat those in the base as well. And the wooden trays, again, I put another wooden tray on top of the lower kind of worm container, so when the material in there settles down, it doesn't get compacted by all the compost and the reservoir on top. Because these have got sort of rounded corners, if you stack them too much weight, they'll kind of push in and wedge in the other one, and they may even sort of split the container. So I've tried to kind of make this a bit more low profile, a bit more discreet. So I've had some old logs, I think they might be from that apple tree as well. The bark's all come off, so they look quite nice, quite sort of serpentine or sort of whatever, kind of curved, nice and smooth. And so I've just got wood chip in there, and as that breaks down I might put that Mind Your Own Business or clover or some sort of green manure in there, just to kind of make it like a Teletubbies sort of green mound. And I quite like this now because it looks a little bit more what do you call it, a bit more resolved, and it's a bit more of a kind of experiment as well. But in here I put the logs up to about that level there, filled in with wood chip. Then I've put a layer of not part composted, just fresh brewer's waste and again wood chip. Then from one of my other worm beds, the fairly, well, slightly broken down stuff or pre-hot composted material I put up to there. Then I put a layer of worm castings, and then I finished off with some compost from some old pots and planters, and then another layer of worm castings on top. So it's a bit of a sort of mix of materials that have gone into these containers. I want to cut that down. I'll get a black pot as well, or a terracotta one, so that looks a little bit neater on there as well. I think it looks quite good. There's an old apple tree stump there. I might just make tempted just to put a container over the top, or just fill with wood chip and just try and rot it away a little bit. I don't want another apple tree. There's too many trees on this plot. It just blocks out too much light. There's already 2 apple trees over there, and an apple tree there, so it's 3 apple trees, which isn't lots in it really. Yeah, so this is a nice big mound of wood chip, and it's getting a bit of sun now, so this is going to be a nice place to maybe set up a little my Polish lavu, my little army tent, my little kind of teepee tent. Get me a little fire going there, a stove, have a pizza or something, a few beers, that'll be good. This is just hardcore I got from a garden job I was working on. I'm just going to set a base for a shed. I'm just trying to raise it up. Because I've raised this up so much, that's still low, so I can put a lot more material on there. I want to get it up to the same level as that old fence post there, because then my biochar retort is pretty much completely buried, so it won't be too hard to kind of dig that out, the sides out, and then set a bigger drum in there. So I really want to kind of get all those drums dropped down in there, so I can kind of put a slab over it so it hides it away. And that's a stainless steel washing machine cylinder drum. I might use that as a sort of second sort of stage on the retort, because it's just got so many air holes in it. It might kind of put a bit more air through. So this was I just got these pallet collars. There's a company down the road where you can pick up a load of those. And I've got these sedums there because the soil under here, and you can see it's just it needs mulching and kind of breaking down a bit more. And they're doing quite well, and they're growing in these capillary trays, so they don't really need watering much. And then that's the what do you call it? Grow tower, 55-gallon drum. There's bindweed, 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 bindweed. Yeah, getting there. And that's sort of, I don't know, they can't see past a few things that are being worked on. So it's everything, because the shed's being used by the beekeeper, everything sort of can't be put away, so they don't like the mess. But again, you need kind of things like this. That's going to be another container for the second galvanised tank, which has currently got a greenhouse leaning on it. I don't really know where to put the greenhouse because it's sort of, the levels haven't been finalised. I didn't want to set it down and then have to take it all apart and raise the level and then put all the glass in again. So what I might do is, the frame of it's over there, I might just assemble the frame and then just have that sort of standing on the wood chip, just so they can see it's a greenhouse, because at the moment they don't know what it is. They just think I'm hoarding parts of greenhouses. But I'm liking this now. I'm going to get some more of these plants and just fill that in. I've done a kind of checkerboard, so when they grow a bit, it'll be red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's all for now.